Hello, viewers, subscribers, and everyone who's watching me. Speaking of which, if you're watching, welcome! If you're not watching, screw you. Today I am doing a slightly different video, and it's just going to be me talking, no video, just with a few pictures added on. And before I get started, this particular photo that should be appearing now, is a picture drawn from me by request on my DeviantArt website, which I shall link. And the guy's name, I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce it in a single word, because, well, it's just pointless. But anyway, I put a link. I'm just going on the website now. I should have prepared this. His name is B9TRIBECA. I refer to him as B9 whenever I'm talking about him in conversation. But anyway, this guy is amazing at drawing. He drew this after I requested it. And of course, it's of me, if you haven't already guessed, wearing a full-length leather trench coat. And I asked him to do it by request, so please check out his photos, give him like comments, faves, anything like that. And I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Anyway, moving on to the actual subject of this video. Swiftly. Before I do that as well, I will say sorry about the interruptions in one of my Let's Plays, the last ones I did. I think my mum walked into the room halfway through, but I've solved that. I put a sign on my door that now says, something along the lines of, don't come in, I'm fucking ... recording. So, you get the idea. Anyway, on with the subject. A YouTube viewer asked if I would do a video expressing my views on the new World of Warcraft Cataclysm expansion. I would mention his name here, but I really can't remember it, and I think he bounces around profiles a lot. So, whatever, I'll just go on with the show. I'm trying to yawn, but it's not coming out. So, yeah, I've got a bit of a list of what's coming with the new Cataclysm, and I'm just going to scroll through them with as much time possible. So I'm just going through MMO Champion right now, and I've got it here. And first thing, the level cap, which goes up to 85. I can see why they've done it, because by the looks of it, most people believe that they're then going to do like 25 levels or 15 levels in the next expansion, which I think is a great idea. And I'm not too worried about less levels, because then it's less leveling and actually more time on endgame, which I hope was worth it this time. The new classes I don't really get, to be honest. It's not new classes, it's new race and classes combinations, which some of them I just do not get. Burp, yay. One of which is like the Dwarf Shaman or the Tauren Paladin. Now I understand how this can fit into lore. I do. I've read into it. It's something like the Taurens and the Paladins, Taurens and the Dwarves talk, and it's like, oh, let's swap classes. And it's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And I'm left thinking, well, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. It's, I know I just said it makes sense in lore, but I don't know, there's just something about, like, a dwarf sprouting totems out of its ass that I just have a bit of a problem with. I mean, Draenei I can understand, because they're a little weird like that. But dwarfs, is it really a good idea to give a drunken dwarf a bigger stick to hit people with? But anyway, you get the idea. I gotta admit though, troll druids and worgen druids are a great example of ones that might work, purely because, druids are only one race per faction. So yeah, that's a decent idea if you ask me. But anyway, onto the new races. Goblins and Worgen. For the love of God, I was not expecting this. I had read rumours, I had heard, and I was left thinking, what the fuck is this? Cannot be right. And I'm like, one, goblins taking sides. It's always been neutral, like Gadgerstan, Area 53, is it? I don't know. You get my point. Everlong or whatever, ever something. You know what I mean. They've always been neutral, and for them to suddenly pick a side, I was left sort of thinking, what? So I wasn't particularly believing that to begin with. And then when I heard about Worgen, which, let's face it, they're werewolves, I was left sort of thinking, well, why would they join the Alliance? Why would the Alliance even let them in? I mean, they didn't let their, dead brothers, the undead, join them, so, why would they let the Worgens join? I just didn't understand it, and then when they confirmed it, I was like, ah, crap. Well, apart from that, I mean, if it's done well, I think it's going to be interesting. To be honest, I'm more looking forward to the Worgen than I am the Goblins, purely because I cannot stand like the Goblins' general look, and all the versions I've seen, they're all pissed off. So I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to that. Whereas the Worgen, now, I don't know how it's going to work, but of course they've got their human and their transformation stages, so they can be like a Worgen or a human, and I don't know how that's going to affect, say, like druids, for instance, because then what can they be in Worgen form but still be like balance or resto or something, or do they have to be in the druid form? Or I'm sure there's a decent example, but it's not in my head. And what is the point in this transformation as well? Does it give you like an attack bonus, or is it simply cosmetic? You know, because if it is, it better not fucking cost any mana or anything to do. But you get the idea. Now, the best part that I'm looking forward to in this entire freaking expansion is the content, which, let's face it, it's not actually that much. But what I mean by that is it's not new content, it's revamped content, and this is where Cataclysm is going to hit. And I mean, it's going to be the best expansion there is, just because it's revamping everything we've got bored of. It's like I really don't understand how this is going to happen. It's like it says the Barrens is going to be split up in 2 separate zones and all this, and different places are going to be flooded and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, wow, you know, it's devastating really to what we know as World of Warcraft, and it really is going to be changing it a lot. And I hope, actually reading it here, Nomugon is going to finally be reclaimed, which I think is good, because, well, we've been killing that level, 26 mob for like years now, and nothing's changed. You get the idea. And of course, with this revamp, I hope my frame rate doesn't go down, you know. I quite like doing the old places and that, purely because my frame rate is excellent, like good 100 FPS, and it looks smooth everywhere I go. But I'm going to stop bitching about that. It's just my stupid computer, as you all know. Flying in Azeroth, of course, is the one large part I'm looking forward to. But, however, this is going to eradicate world PvP as we know it. Old players will know like world PvP, like the fights for South Shore and all this sort of thing. Even Crossroads battles will become like really messed up flying battles, I think. And not even that, because you'll have to jump off your mount to do anything. So we'll have level 85s flying out of the sky, landing on top of Orgrimmar and all of this, just obliterating everything before anything can be done. And world PvP, I think, is just going to go straight out the window. Apart from that, classic dungeon revamp, great idea. I'm quite looking forward to a heroic Dead Mines. It better be more interesting than the original. By the looks that they're going to do something with Hyjal, I hope is going to be good and not just useless. Gilliness is the Worgen starting zone, which technically doesn't actually exist right now, because on the map it's there, great, but I swung round there, I was really bored, sue me, and I swung round there ages ago, and no kidding, I could walk through the part where there was supposed to be, swim through the part where there was supposed to be land, there was literally nothing. So there really is nothing on the side of that gate right now, and it's just stupid. I'm quite looking forward to Deathwing, I must admit. Just the idea of having a really badass dragon. I mean, I haven't really had a decent experience with Nixia. I just never really felt that she was a big part of World of Warcraft and what it was and what it stood for. I thought Illidan had more to do with it than her. So to have this Deathwing come back into it, you know, it's great. You know, I think it's good. And lore-wise, the part that I'm most looking forward to is what the hell is going to happen with Thrall. Because apparently Garrosh is going to take over the Horde, and Thrall's going to be booted out, not booted out, he's going to leave and decide to lead a sort of a joint alliance and Horde effort against Deathwing or something along those lines. I won't go into it, but I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what this storyline is with killing off Kane, Karen, Bloodhoof, leader of the Tauren as well. But I've got to cut it short there, I'm afraid, because we're running out of time quickly. I'd just like to say, please stop asking for WoW videos. I'll make them if I want to, and I have the inspiration, and I've got to cut it there. Thank you guys for listening to this, and look forward to my Let's Plays.